Hey guys, welcome back. It's good to see you. Hey, today I wanted to talk about, do a quick lesson on going from a 1 chord to a minor 4 chord. This is like a really popular trick with the Beatles and a million other groups. And what the sound of this thing is, normally when you go in any given key, the 1, 4, and 5 are your major chords. So normally, like say for instance, you're in the key of G, you'd go from, or key of D, you go from a D chord to a G major chord. If you're improvising over that, you'd hear that G chord with the major in it. But a lot of times what guys will do is they'll go from this major chord and then they'll take it up to the minor 4 chord. So like for instance, Joel song, but you hear this sort of like the A goes up to the B flat, the F sharp goes up to the G. All right, so there's a couple different ways to deal with these with this chord and how to play over top of it, and this is a very important trick to learn. The first one I'm going to teach is Miles Davis said you can basically play a minor pentatonic over anything, and if you take this chord, so you go from the D chord to the G minor chord, I can actually play a D minor pentatonic over it. It has a little bit of weird notes, but I have the flat 7, the 5, the 11 or the 4, the 9, and the root on the thing. So if I took this, I'm going to loop this. So you hear what I'm doing there is I'm just taking my straight minor pentatonic. Anytime I hit that G chord, so wherever you want to play the pentatonic, and I'm trying to sort of outline a little bit of G minor-ish shapes in it too, so I'm trying to land on those shapes, but more I'm just sort of like wandering for 4 bars until I land on either the root, 3rd, or 5th of my D chord. So again, if I played that, just notice I'm going to try to land properly on root 3rd or 5th of these chords. So I landed on the root. Again, I sort of landed on the root. Let me see if I can go 3rd. There's the 3rd. So I'm going to try to land on 1 when I get to that major chord on the root 3rd or 5th. Okay, second approach that you can do is you can play a G minor Dorian. And actually, I can play a G minor Dorian or a G minor Aeolian. I'll try both of those just so you hear the different sounds. The first one, though, the Dorian, would be one of my prime choices. And the reason why, I always want, if I get an oddball chord, I want to keep it as close to the chord, the tone center as possible. So I'm in the key of D that has F sharp and C sharp. When I go to G, I can either be in the, that can either be the 2, 3, or 6 of any given key. So I can be the 2 chord of F, which is B flat, 1 flat, so 3 accidentals away, or I can be G minor, and that would be the 3 chord of E flat, which is B flat, E flat, and A flat. So that's pretty far away. That doesn't really work all that way, that well. Or I can be in G minor, and that would be the 6th chord in B flat, which is B flat and E flat. So obviously, key of F is your closest. That's also your parallel minor key. So you know it's like the basically D to D minor in that case. F and D minor are almost the same. It's getting a little complicated now, but just being able to play out of that Dorian, and let me play that for a little bit to let you hear how it sounds. That's Dorian. Now I'll go to the next key that's a little bit further away. I'm going to be playing the key of basically B flat or G minor, the Aeolian. So I'm going to do this. So it has the E flat, B flat, and E flat in it. I don't like this one quite as much, but take a listen to it. You hear that, like that note, which is a okay, so I don't like that one as much. I like the minor pentatonic, and I do like the Dorian. But one of the magic ones that a lot of rock guys wouldn't use, just because they might not know the scale all that well, is the melodic minor. So if I played a G minor, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Okay, now the only different note between my regular D and this is my B or B flat note. So I'm only changing one note of the scale, so it sounds really magical. So the G melodic minor only has, so if I started from D, D, E, F, sharp, G, A, B flat, C, D. So, you know, I've got a lot of the same notes in that scale, which is really cool. All right, so I'm going to try that one and get some sounds out of this. So you hear 3 different sounds. I'm going to mix these up for just a little bit so you can hear how they sound, and I'll try to call them out if I can do this. But then you should practice over top of it. And I would do this, just do this chord voicing of a D chord, and instead of going to the big G minor, I would just do D and then G minor with the D bass on it. All right, let me try this again, and I'll try off first the minor pentatonic. right, so you hear some of the different sounds that you can use using the D minor pentatonic or the G Dorian or the G melodic minor. So hope that helps you out, and hope you get a chance to work on some of those and hear the different sounds in action.